There's 150 questions that we were able to pull out of all of this communication, right? And then it becomes the deep dig of what's the right answer? How do we give them the right answer that really breaks down more than what we're just saying on camera? How do we do that? And then how do we get it to them? Well, this is how we're going to get it to you. You just go down into the description and you're going to be able to click a link and we will send that over to you digitally right away. And you'll have all the answers well beyond what we're going to talk about here today. But let's keep moving on because there's a lot of stuff that came our way and I'm excited about it. Mason out of Oregon asked, do all lenders and vendors report to credit bureaus?
If they did, everybody would have business credit. So the answer to that question is actually really shocking. It's not federally regulated that they have to report. So most of them don't. In fact, the number, it fluctuates, but it's usually 95% not reporting.
95%.
95% not reporting. Now you can say 5% report, same number, right? It was 93% versus 7%. 3 years ago, it went the other way, and then it actually went even further down, and it came back to the 95.5.
So I've heard a lot of vendors sometimes they'll offer business credit, and then they change their rules, or they report to business credit, and then they kind of change their rules a little bit, and then they don't, and then they go, that's hurting us, and then they go back in. Is that flux? You still seeing that over on your end within the business?
Absolutely. There's 2 vendors right now that we utilize, and they stop reporting for a couple months and they go back to reporting, and that's just not acceptable. You got to have consistent, regular reporting. And so there's another vendor I found out last week deciding they're not going to report anymore, so they're getting pulled from the program.
I bet they go back to reporting.
They probably will.